In this video we're going to be creating the login UI and all the login functionality from within Unity, and we'll then be creating the connection script and we'll then be creating the HTTP requests to our login PHP script, which will be able to tell us if the user has registered yet or not. And if they have registered, you'll be able to log in and actually get their username. So firstly, I'm going to go and create a login UI. I've already got a register UI here. Okay, so now that the login UI is set up, you can see I can switch between login and register. And if I click the register button, we set up the input validation in the previous video. Login button still does the same function as register. So we will fix that in a moment. So now, back in our login manager script, we can actually just copy this and paste it just for the moment. So this will be on login pressed, and we are also going to need UI references for our login. So if we make this login, and our login doesn't need a reference to our username because we're going to get the username from the database. So we've got a login email input and password input. So here we go. So log email and log email. And then here we just need to change this to log password and log password. Then we don't need the username, and here we are going to, in our My SQL manager, we're going to create a login user function. So here again we can just copy this, paste it, and this will be login user. And as I mentioned, we don't need a username parameter, so this is then going to be login user. And basically we can leave this all alone, but we'll change this to login user URL, and this will just be login.php. So we are going to send a post request to the login user URL instead of the register user URL, and we don't need to send the username. And what we'll do is we need to somehow get the request download handler.text from send post request. Okay, so our login user is going to change from bool to string, or we'll actually make it a tuple. We'll make it a bool called success and then a string called username. And we'll have to change our send post request as well to bool success string return message, and we'll have to change our return types. Here we'll return false request dot download handler dot text, and here we'll change to true with the same second parameter. And here we'll just have to return dot success. Okay, we'll have to put brackets around this, and we say dot success. So if you haven't worked with tuples before, just go look up. It's very simple. It's just a single data type or variable that has two values in it. So now instead of returning just a boolean, we are returning a boolean and a string together at the same time. So now login user is going to send a request to the login user URL, and it's going to send the email and the password. And our send post request has got an error. Oh, because we need another bracket. It's going to send that data, and if there's no errors, the request.downloadHandler.text, that refers to anything we echoed or anytime we died, called the die in our login function. So in our login PHP script. So basically anything we return from any of our PHP scripts is going to be stored in request.downloadHandler.text. So if everything happens successfully, the request.downloadHandler.text will refer to the username of the person who logged in. So here we're going to have to do this a little bit differently. We're going to actually have to store it in a variable. So we will say bool called success, string called username is then equal to that. And then here we say if success, then successfully logged in user, and then we'll have to use the username. Hopefully you could follow that along. Everything went a bit slower doing the register functions and all that, but because everything was very similar, that's why we went so fast in the login. But hopefully all this makes sense to you. So you can actually see how simple the login function is. It's just a bit of user validation, and then this is the actual line that actually logs the user in, and then this is just some output. So then if you followed me the same way I did it, basically this is all you need every time you make a request to your PHP files. Now if we go to our login screen, I'm just going to have to, this should be login button, I'm just going to have to set this to login manager.onLogin pressed instead of on register pressed. And now we are on register, so I'm going to register test@gmail.com. Username will be Michael, and then I just use the same password so I remember everything when I'm testing. Okay, register. Successfully registered. And if we now go to our database, refresh the table, you can see it's now been added. And if I now go to the login and I type in test@gmail.com, and let's type in the wrong password. Let's go to login. Login manager at 43. I didn't provide the references to the login UI. Forgot about this. So login email is just here, and log password is this, and now I should be able to log in. Okay, yeah, I just added a more descriptive output message. Okay, so let's test this out now with all the updates. I'm going to go to the login screen, test@gmail.com, and then enter our great password. Login, failed to login user, check email and password and try again. So if we go here, I'm just going to go Unity engine.debug.log error request.downloadHandler.text, so we can actually see what the reply is from the database or from the PHP scripts. Okay, so here it says it returned 55. And if we remember, 55 means that the user has not registered, so there's something wrong happening with the query. So I'm just going to go here to the SQL. This is how you should debug all your SQL statements. You just go into the PHP MyAdmin and you actually paste in your queries. Okay, so before we test our login.php script, we need to remember to change this to log email and log password. Okay, now I think everything should be done correctly. If we go to login, test@gmail.com, put in our great password, successfully logged in user Michael. And you see that's because test@gmail.com has the username Michael. So you could then take this this text that you receive online, where is it? Over here, from username. So you can then take this username and set like username text.text is equal to username. So then you just create another UI element that would display the user's username. And if I go now, and then you'd usually load a different scene, like the menu scene or something like that. If I test mike@gmail.com and I log in, you can see here it gets Mike as the username. Okay, I'm going to test this. And then if I just change up this email that I'm logging in with, Mike Scriven 40, and log in, you can see here it gets the username correctly. Okay, hopefully that tutorial was easy enough to follow along with. If you have any questions or things you didn't understand, maybe go back and watch some of the videos again, and leave a comment down below. Either I'll try and get reply to you, or someone else might have the answer to your question.